Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Pull this closer. I'm going to tell you something. I'm just checking out my indications here. Okay. Back in 1985, when I was 22, I was praying the rosary, and I drifted off into a kind of a sleep. It was kind of a hypnagogic state, but it wasn't exactly. And I had an inner vision, like I saw something inside myself, but I was kind of awake, but I was disconnected from the outside world, and like I fell asleep while I was praying the rosary, and in my inner self I saw the Virgin Mary. She came to me in front of me on a cloud. We were on the earth, but she came, and there was a cloud that she was standing on. So I stepped onto the cloud with her, and the cloud rose up high, and it went to the top of a high mountain. And when we got to the top of the high mountain, I stepped off the cloud, and I walked onto this land, and it was weird, there was like a cabana with palm trees around it, and I heard these girls' voices that had hitched a ride with us on the cloud, sort of. They said, "There he is," and they bolted inside the cabana, and in front of the cabana was Jesus, but Jesus was me. He looked exactly the same as me. I was younger then. I was 22. Now I'm 53, going to be 54 soon. But in this vision that I had, Jesus was me, but he was older than me, and he was saying, "Come in, come in." And other people were walking inside the cabana, and Jesus was standing in front of it. And I loved him very much. He was extremely humble and gentle and kind, but he was somewhat older than me, like approximately how old I am now. Right? So I saw him, and I just loved him so much because he was so humble and he had suffered so much, So I fell down at his feet and I kissed him and I said, "You've suffered so much." And I stood up and he was saying, "Come in, come in." He had this gentle expression, this mild expression. "Come in, come in." And I just felt, Jesus, I'm not worthy to. I haven't suffered enough yet. And other people were going in. So Jesus smiled at me, and he turned around and he walked inside the hut. It was like a cabana or a hut with palm trees around it. There's a poem by Wallace Stevens called "The Palm Tree at the End of the Mind." And if you also look at all kinds of Buddhist things about in the heart chakra, the indestructible drop of bliss that never dies away, or the kingdom of heaven being the size of a mustard seed, and how difficult it is to find, and all that stuff. So I said, Jesus, I just haven't suffered enough. I'm not worthy yet. So he smiled at me very lovingly, and he turned around and he went inside and closed the door. And what I saw was this incredibly happy, there was this party, it's a party, there's no other way to say it. It was a party. It was a joyous celebration. It was a sumptuous banquet. There was colored lights and balloons and confetti, and there was this guy playing acoustic guitar, and people were singing songs, these joyous, beautiful songs, and everyone was so happy. And it was everlasting joy, everlasting happiness. Everlasting, never-ending bliss and joy and happiness. And it sort of spun off into infinity, and I felt kind of beat. I felt kind of lost, oh my God, look what I just missed out on, But I held out hope that if I came back up the mountain again, I would have another chance. And it's been a hard struggle. It was really, really, really painful, because I thought that I missed out on heaven and all that kind of stuff. But what I realized is that I had to come into myself, become one with my higher self, because the way that I interpret that was that Jesus hanging out in front of that cabana, who threw that party, it was so joyful, was my higher self, and then I had to sort of become one with my higher self, or merge with my higher self, and that was in 1985 when I was 22. So on December 10th I'm going to be 54. So it's been a long time, but I think I'm pretty far along. And there was this particular person that I recognized signs and things along the way that I'm getting closer and closer. And there was one particular person named Lisa, who was kind to me in high school, who I saw there, and who I feel her spirit is back inside me. So that's how I know that I'm like really, really right there. you know, does this mean I'm Jesus? No, it means that maybe my higher self is Jesus. I'm James Mullaney. I'm not Jesus, but maybe my higher self in that higher world is who I am, Jesus. But down here, I'm James Mullaney. Anyhow, so I thought I would let you know about that. Okay.